Turning to abuse survivors in Lansing today, urging lawmakers to take action they say is long overdue. It is a push to make serving personal protection orders free for victims, something most states already do, but Michigan has resisted. 7 investigator Ross Jones first brought this to light in August of last year in the wake of the shooting death of Latricia Brown, a Detroit healthcare worker killed by her ex-husband after obtaining a personal protection order against him. Those were the allegations. Now here's Ross with an update.
All of my family was in Texas. I didn't have anyone who loved me who could show up to do this.
Bridget Huff was seeking protection from a man she was afraid of. A judge had granted the PPO against her ex-husband, she told lawmakers today in Lansing, but when it came time to serving him, she was on her own.
I had many friends who loved me, but who were also afraid of him. And most of them said, just have the cops do it. The problem is because until you live it, you don't know. That's not a service most departments offer.
Huff was testifying before the House Judiciary Committee today in support of a package of bills that would make PPO service free to survivors of abuse or those living in fear. While 43 states already provide free PPO service for victims, Michigan does not. Law enforcement or process servers charge to serve a PPO, and the cost can exceed $100. Huff said she was quoted as much as $300, which she could not afford. She had to rely on one of her children.
When my oldest son decided to serve him, he had to go to the home, knowing there were firearms, knowing that with the laws in this state, my ex could have easily taken any kind of action against him and claimed he felt threatened.
The proposed legislation, which unanimously passed the Michigan Senate, has been stuck in the state House. It was inspired by the murder of Latricia Brown, who prosecutors say was killed by her ex-husband, Mario Green, last year. Her PPO against Green was granted after telling a judge he was stalking her, showing up at her work, breaking into her car, and damaging her property. While the PPO was granted, it was never served. Latricia would be killed, prosecutors say, when her ex-husband showed up at the hospital where she worked and shot her.
She lost her life and lost her voice. But this law will not only give her her voice, but it can save so many other women's lives.
We know that these are some of the most dangerous calls for law enforcement to respond to.
Also testifying in support of the bill was Angie Povolitis, who spent 20 years as a prosecutor putting away domestic and sexual abusers, and Jeff Kirkpatrick, who represents court officers and deputy sheriffs.
A PPO is the hardest document we have to serve because they do not want to be served.
Kirkpatrick wants to make sure that the legislation properly funds law enforcement for serving the orders. Companion legislation would raise the fees paid for PPO service, which, if passed, would be covered by the state. Survivors like Bridget Huff say those are important details, but they can't get in the way of solving the problem.
The trauma that we live with and the danger it puts us in, there's just no justification for it in a state that can change it.
While testimony was taken today, the bills were not voted out of committee. They are opposed by the Michigan Sheriff's Association, which has expressed concern about funding and staffing challenges. If you'd like to let your lawmaker know how you feel about this legislation, we've included a link with how you can contact them at our website, WXYZ.com. But to hear survivors speak about how having to serve this with their own loved ones put them at risk, it was pretty powerful. This is clearly a problem. We hope they can come together and solve it in some way.
Yeah, hearing from those families, that's the hardest part.
Absolutely.
Sadly, we've seen so many worst-case scenarios here, too.
For sure.
Thank you.
Thanks, Ross.